The issue in the case of throwing the fat man off the bridge is the following. With regard to the trolley example, most people tend to give a utilitarian most people tend to give a utilitarian response. That is, turn to the track with one, sacrifice one to save many. Now, a few people are a little bit concerned about the fact that you're taking someone's life or deciding to take someone's life in that process, and that bothers them a little. Probably if it was an issue of giving up some kind of money or something less than a person's life, um, or maybe something that did not involve bodily harm, more people probably would be willing to accept the utilitarian consequences. However, when we come to the example of throwing the fat man off the bridge, just to recall, even though a few of you have watched it, just for the people who didn't just watch it, let's just review the facts of the case. We have the man standing on the bridge. Take a look at right over here. Looking, that should probably be a question mark. Credit for these slides, at least for my acquiring these slides, goes to a philosopher named Sean Nichols, who's currently at the University of Arizona. I heard him give a talk where he was using these slides, and I thought they were kind of interesting, nice for students to see. So now you see the trolley coming around the track under this, and for those who are politically correct and don't want to talk about throwing a fat man off the bridge, they call it the footbridge example. Although it still has to be a very big man that they're throwing off to stop the trolley. But you see the trolley's coming. There are 5 people working, can't see the train coming, and you have this fat man who's looking at it, who's looking at them working, and is kind of leaning over the bridge. Now, you can just walk over, I guess Professor Sandel says, and give him a little shove. Here it looks like he's giving him more than a little shove. It looks like a big shove. And, look down, he stops the train. A little bit grotesque. Okay, but the issue here is, in the first case, in the trolley example, we had this utilitarian principle. It's the right, if you could save 5 by sacrificing 1 person, you ought to do it. But for some reason, pushing the fat man off the bridge, maybe it's this picture that does it, but pushing off the fat man off the bridge seems to rub people the wrong way, or rubs their intuitions, let's put it the wrong way. That is, they just don't think it's the morally right thing to do in this case. And they just think that there's a certain red line that's been crossed. And that's one element of Kant's theory. That is, for Kant, you have certain duties that you absolutely have to obey. One of them, maybe in this case, is not to intentionally kill a person. So that's the moral duty, the line that gets crossed. And we'll see that that's where the word deontology, that's referred to as the classification of Kant's theory. That is, Kant's theory is a type of moral theory that's known as a deontological theory. Comes from the Greek word deon, duty, the study of duties. But the point is that you have these lines that you absolutely can't cross. And we're going to see that that's an element in Kant's theory.